I think it's better reflective of what does it mean for the people of Antioch, and it means that they have a government that's listening, a government that's taking these issues serious. Public safety isn't just policing; it isn't just the challenges with homelessness, challenges with people with mental health issues. It's also the environment, and so we want to make sure that people have an environment that's clean, an environment that their children and grandchildren can look forward to. So I just want to say thank you all for joining us here today. For those gathered here at this moment, we understand and recognize one very important thing, and that is global warming is absolutely real. Last year, 2023, we reached a historic milestone as a globe as we recorded the planet's hottest year on record. A few years ago, Antioch made the bold decision to build a $110 million brackish water desalination plant to mitigate the impacts of global warming. The plant is slated to open later this spring.
With this said, electric cars are still expensive.
They are expensive, and then the batteries are not necessarily that environmentally friendly.
So a lot of people kind of opting for hybrids. Gas is still high. Not having that, I think the conception is if you have gas infrastructure, on a basic term, if you have gas infrastructure, gas prices will lower here. We're a dollar over the national average. If you go anywhere else,
well, that's a California thing because of the requirements that the fossil fuel industry has, unlike any other state in the nation. And so there are a lot of additives that we use, and that's not city policy, that's state policy, and so that will continue to drive gas prices. So our city, we have a lot to do as it relates to mitigating climate change. And obviously, one city can't do it all by itself. And so I'm happy to be the first mayor to do this. And hopefully other mayors throughout the Bay Area, throughout the state of California, and throughout the globe, frankly, step up and do the exact same thing.
With the fossil fuels and banning on fossil fuels infrastructure, what is the alternative now? So no new gas stations, essentially, from what I got out of it.
Well, we need to invest in charging stations. We need to zero out our gas guzzling vehicles, whether they're police cars, whether they are public works trucks, whatever it may be. We need to zero that out and go all electric, and then build the infrastructure to support that. We need to see charging stations as quickly as we can to encourage people in more investment in that area. And obviously, one city can't do it all by itself. And so I'm happy to be the first mayor to do this. And hopefully other mayors throughout the Bay Area, throughout the state of California, and throughout the globe, frankly, step up and do the exact same thing.
14 of the most destructive wildfires in California state history have occurred in the last 15 years. And sea level rise in the Bay Area have risen over 8 inches in the last 100 years.
Yeah, I'm the climate campaign director for ports at the Pacific Environment, and our organization has been working with Mayor Hernandez-Thorpe on developing this pledge, and he's really the first mayor to sign it.
While historically Antioch experienced 30 days per year of temperatures over 90 degrees Fahrenheit, by mid-century, the city could experience up to 70 days per year of 90 degrees Fahrenheit temperature, and by late century, more than 100 days, unless we take bold action. So in March of last year, the scientists at the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or the IPCC, released their final warning report to humanity on what is needed to keep global heating in under 1.5 degrees Celsius in order to safeguard planetary boundaries and avoid climate and ecological collapse. According to the IPCC, global climate emissions must peak before 2025. That's a deadline of December 31st, 2024. That's a little under 11 months away from today. In addition, global climate emissions must be cut in half from 2019 levels by 2030, with methane being cut by a third during this time. Given this reality, the United Nations Secretary General stated that investing in new fossil fuel infrastructure is simply moral and economic madness. Fossil fuels, including coal, oil, and gas, are the largest contributor to global warming, accounting for 75% of GHG emissions and 90% of carbon dioxide emissions.
What does it mean to see a city to see a mayor in the city to be so proactive when it comes to climate change, especially taking on the oil industry essentially?
Yeah, it's really encouraging and really reassuring, and I think it gives us hope, really, that a city and municipality will take on such a strong stance, and at the same time to do it in ways that are so thoughtful and really, as the mayor himself said, has teeth. There will be follow-up actions to codify what he's pledged today in terms of no public funding into new fossil fuel infrastructure, and to really codify that into city policies and measures and ordinances. I think it's a really great model for other cities to follow.